Testing, testing. Hello, hello. Is this microphone on? Hey guys, hey, real quick before I jump into my thoughts for this episode, I want everyone who's feeling down and out to know that you are not alone. Contact me if you need somebody to talk to, or call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1 800 273 8255. That is 1 800 273 8255. Or you can contact me, like I said. You can message me on Facebook at Avidity Fitness, Instagram at Avidity Fitness. Just reach out to somebody. Do not ever give up, please. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me today on the Avidity Fitness podcast. If you haven't yet followed me on social media, head on over to Facebook and Instagram, type in Avidity Fitness, look for the Green Pulse logo. Check out some of my content too. I got awesome tips and tricks on nutrition and living a healthier lifestyle. I also got cool little training videos and just some cool stuff. Check it out. And also look up my YouTube channel. I got an awesome follow along yoga style flow video, and also just last week I uploaded a 5-minute guided meditation. It's awesome. It's meant to be practiced daily, and it's so simple. You just type in Avidity Fitness meditation, click the video, and follow along, and then you'll be boom ready to attack the day. So yeah, go check all that stuff out. And also be ready for things to open back up. I know everybody's aware of the COVID situation that we're all currently dealing with. I know as of recording this, Georgia has opened up. I know Texas is opening up a lot of their stuff. Like restaurants can be seated at 25%, but it's the gyms that I wanted to talk about. The gyms are opening back up, and for me, I'm gonna continue just working out at home for now until more testing is done, just because I want to have a better understanding on the virus and what it's been doing, if it's been mutating. So yeah, I'm waiting to see what the experts say. I have a gym at my apartment complex, and it's less frequented than the big gym that I go to on lunch breaks and stuff. So I might go in there with, Lysol wipe containers, like early in the mornings and stuff, and try to pump some iron in there before anybody else gets in there. Just wipe everything down real good. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep watching the experts to see what they say to before I start going back in and getting on a real routine inside the gym. So for me, I'm just going to continue my body weight exercises, skipping rope for cardio, and all my boxing training that I usually do on a regular basis with or without a pandemic. Anyways, it's been keeping me sharp. I still feel good. So that's just what I'm going to do for now. I really do miss lifting weights though. I'm a weightlifter by trade, so yeah, I'm missing the iron, but I'm still gonna take it easy and let this thing play out a little bit more before I just start swimming back in society. So that's all I got for the pre-roll. Let's get started with today's topic. So what you're doing every day on a day-to-day basis is going to accumulate for your future self, right? We all understand that if you start practicing the piano today, you're not going to be very good. But if you practice it again tomorrow, and then again tomorrow, and then again the next day, by the time you get to 14 days accumulated, 21 days accumulated of practicing a little bit every single day, on that 21st day, you're not going to be Mozart, you're not going to be Matt Shadows, you're not going to be some amazing composer when you sit down to the piano on that 21st day, but you're going to know more than you did on your very first day of practice. You might understand some notes a little bit. You might have a better feeling for your cadence when you're pressing the keys. You will build some type of structure, some type of knowledge with just that little bit of practice every single day. So we understand the power of habits. Bad habits can lead to negative outcomes, and good habits can lead to positive outcomes. So when you're thinking about your lifestyle or your health and what your goals are in relation to where you're at now, understanding habit is a key tool in your toolbox, right? We have a tool belt, toolkit, toolbox, a garage, whatever analogy you want to think of. We have a set of things that will help us either achieve our goal or go the opposite direction of our goal. So when I'm talking about tools in a toolbox and habit being a tool, you crack open your toolbox. Let's just say you're wanting to lose weight. You're coming out of this pandemic. Things are opening back up. Maybe you didn't treat your body the way you should have. Maybe the stress got to you and the anxiety was overwhelming and you just couldn't focus enough to stay on a healthy routine. So you're ready to reset because we're coming back to hopefully a little bit more normal of a life than what we've been experienced the past 2 months. And you want to change things. You want to change the month and a half, 2 months of disillusion that you just went through. However you want to look at it. What this 2 month period of not doing what you were supposed to. And so now you want to reset. You want to get to that point where you are doing what you need to do every day. Well, pop open the toolbox, right? You want to lose just a little bit of weight, that catch weight that you got put on you because everything was stressful, everything was chaos, when it comes to your routine. It all got thrown all over the place. So you crack open the toolbox. First thing you want to grab out of there is habits. That's the very first tool you want to grab when you're building the foundation for changing whatever it is you want to change. In this scenario, we're talking about losing weight. Just that, whatever. We won't even talk about how much weight. Just say a little bit of weight. We're not trying to completely recomp the body necessarily. We just want to lose a little bit of that stress weight that we put on through the past couple months. So you open up the toolbox, you grab habit. That's where it all starts with. So we're going to start boom, boom, hammering down with the habit on the foundation, and you're cutting out the Kool-Aid and the soda drinks that you've been drinking. I don't care if you've been keeping it in the house for the kids. That's borderline child abuse if that's what you're giving your kids, but that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about you and what you're putting in your body, because you have to eat, you have to consume things in order to stay alive. So that's step one of the habits. You want to habitually put proper foods into your body. So we get that out the way, and then we go on to movement. What have you been doing with your body? Have you been just sitting around looking at your phone, hunched over, staring at the phone screens? Have you been laying on the couch just watching TV? Well, that's not going to help you lose that little bit of stress weight. So start looking into a yoga routine, something that will get the fluids going throughout your joints so you can strengthen your stabilizers, all the little intrinsic muscles in your knees and your ankles and your hips that have been sleeping the past 2 months because you've just been laying there, sitting there, staring, at your tablet. So get the stabilizers firing again. So start eating well and moving your body every day. There's no excuse to not move. I understand what it feels like to be mentally overwhelmed by what's going on around you, and it can make you feel deflated and defeated and really lethargic. It really can. But you don't let that dictate your daily routine. You in your mind, your decision making inside of your brain gets to choose whether or not you're going to just lay there and be lethargic and let the stress and anxiety get to you, or if you're going to just move your body. Some days you might have high energy and maybe you might want to go for a run. Maybe you might want to do push-ups and pull-ups and body weight squats and squat jumps and jumping lunges. And if your body will allow you to, like if you possess the capabilities to do these things safely and you got high energy that day because you've been eating right the past few, then smash a workout, go do it. Because if that's how you feel, that is your body's natural way of telling you, hey, I need to move. I feel alive. Let's move. Let's get the blood flowing. Let's get the muscle fibers firing. Like, let's go. If you can do that, do that. If not, if you feel down, if the stress weight that you put on is adding to your depression and it's making you really not want to do anything, then just fight that the lethargic feeling. I'm sorry. Fight that lethargic feeling. And you don't have to do pulsating frog jumps or Bulgarian split squats. You don't have to do all of that. You can just do a 15-minute yoga flow. That's it. And that, you'll get the muscles stretched and contracted, and you'll move and you'll roll into different positions that you haven't been in a little while, and you'll start firing in different areas that have been underutilized for who knows how long, for at least as long as this pandemic's been going on, because there's nowhere to go, there's nothing to do. Gyms are closed, the parks were closed for a while. You couldn't even go walk around a park. But if you get that daily routine down where today, no matter what, you wake up, for sure I'm gonna eat good food. I'm not gonna eat greasy processed foods. I'm not cheaping out and getting fast food or anything like that. Like I got good food that I bought from the store, and I'm gonna cook it myself. Or maybe you already had it cooked. You already cooked it and it's ready to just be reheated and ate. Either way, you wake up knowing, okay, I have the food ready, or I know the foods that I need to go get ready, and that's what I'm gonna eat today. And then in addition to whatever else is on my to-do list, yoga is somewhere circled big and bold, big, like 17 circles around it, because that's a priority. Everything else needs to be done, but my body needs to be taken care of before I can even get those things done. Maybe that's not the way it goes chronologically, but ultimately in your life, if you just keep neglecting your body, neglecting your nutrition, neglecting your health, and you keep focusing on all these other things on your to-do list, whatever it is, the emails, I need to get back to these emails, I need to go and sit down and write for a little bit on whatever subject that the boss is asking for, or I have to help my kids with their homework, or whatever the case may be. All these things are very important to your life, no doubt about it, or they wouldn't be on your to-do list. But when you understand that doing all of those things before you get your health handled, let's just say on a day-to-day basis, every day, you're like using something on your to-do list as an excuse to why you can't get to taking care of your health. That's a convenient excuse because it makes you feel successful. Well, I'm the provider, or I'm the caretaker of these kids, or whatever, what have you. You give yourself a title. Oh, well, I have this title that entails these things that need to be done, and that's just going to take up all this amount of time, and maybe I can get to my health when I'm done, maybe not. And then that just keeps going on, and maybe not is usually the outcome. So that keeps going on day after day after day after day. And then you add this pandemic, and then now not only do you have these wacky to-do lists because everything's different because of this the quarantine situation, now you're stressed out too, because I mean, who isn't stressed out right now? It's hard not to be. You know, society feels like it's I don't want to say falling apart, because I don't want to be Mr. Alarmist, but I'm just saying that times are strange right now, and that can mess with your head. So, you've already been neglecting your health. Your daily routine has been, if I don't want to say, if taking care of your family and your kids and your job, if that's just your daily routine, then obviously you're a responsible person and you deserve some type of respect from your family at least. But if your daily routine doesn't include your health, how do you expect to keep up being the provider or the caretaker? How do you expect to continue having that title that has been delegating your time away from taking care of your health? It won't sustain very long. And maybe it sustains long enough to get the kids out of the house, or long enough to get the car that you really don't need paid off. Maybe so. But are you still going to be wondering why you're out of shape? Are you still going to be wondering why you don't feel very energetic throughout the day? There's a lot of people right now that might be listening to my voice right now that are only 30 something years old, 35 years old, and they hit midday walls where they can literally lay down and just take a nap. Not because, oh, hey, I did a lot this morning. I got a lot of my to-do list done, and I worked out a little bit. I got some more stuff to do later, but, right now I got a little time to breathe. I just ate. Let me catch a 20-minute nap real quick just to recharge. That's different from, here it comes at noon. You've gotten some things done this morning, but not a whole lot, because it was a rough morning. You woke up a little bit late. You kind of had a headache, and you didn't really feel like too motivated to just jump out of bed and start getting stuff done. So you're dragging your feet. You got some stuff done, and then now here it is, 1 o'clock, and you just feel just busted, exhausted. Like, what am I gonna do? How am I supposed to get the rest of my to-do list done feeling like this? It's gonna be miserable. There are people every day that live that life because they don't have their endocrine system response working properly, or whatever the case may be. Their joints are stiff, so that's causing tension in their back, which is causing migraines and all types of stuff that could be debilitating you, for lack of better words. It could be dragging you down. It could be weighing you down. It could be stealing your energy from you. And there's people living like that every day that don't even realize that just a few small changes in their routine would make them feel better, and they would perform better, and all that stuff on the to-do list would get done more efficiently. I truly believe this. If you have a proper daily routine, you set yourself up for victory. If every day you know that these foods are what's going to be eaten, and these foods, like, they just cannot be eaten, because I know if I eat these foods, I will have energy and I will get my stuff done with a good attitude. But if I eat any of these foods on this side of the list, it's a real slippery slope, and maybe that makes me feel slow and a little tired. Maybe this one kind of gives me a headache a little bit. Maybe this one just completely blows me up and it makes me just want to sit down and not do another thing for the rest of the day. So once you understand what your routine needs to be for whatever your goal is, and then you know that you're going to be moving your body. If you're doing, like, you could do a split where you're doing a little bit of cardio one day and then yoga the next. Cardio one day, yoga the next. And I'm not saying cardio like go run a marathon. I just mean like 20 to 30 minutes of low intensity work that will make your heart beat faster than it will when it's at rest. So that could be a nice um, power walk around your neighborhood or your apartment complex. Or I know that parks are opening back up now. It's March 4th, so going to the park on cardio day, you go to the park and you do light jogging for 5 minutes on, and then just power walking for 5 minutes off. You do that for 5-6 cycles, you got like a 20 to 30 minute workout right there, and you will reap benefits, not just cardiovascularly like that. It will add to so much more in your whole entire system of life. It'll add to your attitude. It'll add to just so much. And then the next day on yoga, on your yoga day, type in Avidity Fitness yoga, yin yoga, just Avidity Fitness yin yoga in YouTube. Follow that video every other day. It will stretch your hips out. It'll stretch your hamstrings out. It'll stretch the psoas muscles out. It'll stretch your quadriceps out. It'll stretch your mind out. It'll help you slow down a little bit and shift through your negative thoughts. And then you just continue with this daily routine that's only devoting a little bit of your time to your health, and watch the benefits. Watch. You will be able to schedule your days out better. You'll have more energy. You'll be way more positive. You'll be able to focus on the things that you need to do way better. Your mental stress will probably never just vanish, but you'll understand it a lot better. You'll be able to see the things that have been stressing you out more and what needs less of your attention, because it does no good to stress out about it. And then that leaves more energy to attack the things that you need to attack. And then if you do have kids and you are a caretaker and you are in a position of leadership for your family members, for your kids, for your employees, whatever, now you're setting an amazing example for the people around you that look up to you. And that's what helps build communities. If everybody were to do that, and we can't be perfect. Not everybody can be Geronimo. Not everybody can be I'm just trying to think of a world-class warrior that everybody knows. Not everybody can be that person, man or woman, but we can all try to be better versions of ourselves. And if we're all doing that, and then we look around, we stop for a second to look around at our community, at our family, at our people, and then we see them trying as well. Like, oh, I've had my head down and I've been trying to eat better and work out more and still get my things done, and I've been feeling great, but I didn't know what everybody else was doing around me. Now that I look up, oh, I see that they're trying too. They're doing a little bit better. And then you can discuss it. You can tell them, hey, I tried to do this and this, and it helped me over here. But then I ate some yogurt, and that just tore me up. So now I stay away from yogurt. Have you been eating yogurt? And then you guys just go back and forth, and you share the details of your journey, and then it ultimately helps everybody help each other get better. The daily routine is vital to your consistency, and consistency is what will create the results from the good habits that you've been putting into your daily routine. It's what I preach. It's what I live by. Even on my worst days, when I feel just mentally shot, and maybe I got a little injury that I'm dealing with, and I didn't sleep much the night before, and I could just list all these things that would be excuses to lay it down for today. Let's just take a day off and just play video games and watch a movie and eat some pizza because it's been so long, and then eat some ice cream tonight, but I don't do that. Even on my worst days, I still at least do yoga. At the very least, I still at least do a yoga flow, because I'm alive and I can move. So I want to make it a point every single day to prove how alive I really am, and prove to myself that I can still move, and I appreciate the ability to move. I don't take it for granted ever, not even on my worst days. So get locked into a daily routine. It's time now more than ever. Don't let another pandemic hit and then start making all these life changes and decisions to get better. Right now, you hear my voice? You hear it? Can you hear me? Can you hear me talking to you? Hello? Hello? Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Hello? I know you can hear me. If you hear my voice, right now is the time. Daily routine. Find what works for you. Find what you enjoy. What you enjoy and what works for you, and do it. Do it. No more putting it off. I love you guys. I love each and every single one of you that has listened to my podcast. Thank you so much. Check out my pages on social media, Facebook and Instagram. Check me out on YouTube. I got a nutritional guidance plan that's available for anybody that wants some help in their journey. Step one is a free consultation, so just message me on any of my social media platforms, or you can email me at fitnessforeveryperson@gmail.com. That's all I got. I'll talk to you guys next week. Love.